Dear Starseeds on Gaia, there is a moment in every soul's journey when the universe stops being gentle, when the cosmic hand that has guided you with whispers suddenly grips your heart and says, now. Today is that moment. October 24th, 2025 marks a threshold that some of you have been preparing for your entire lives without knowing it, and others stumbled toward in the dark, following breadcrumbs of synchronicity that led you here, to this precipice, to this impossible doorway between what was and what must be. What I'm about to share with you will sound impossible. You are standing in a single day that contains both death and birth simultaneously, not as metaphor but as energetic fact. The celestial mechanics aligning above you right now are creating an alchemical furnace, and you, beloved ones, are inside it. But before I explain how this is even possible, before I show you the cosmic architecture that makes this the most transformative day of your October journey, I need you to understand something that will change how you experience every moment from this point forward. You are not experiencing a random planetary alignment. You are living through a designed initiation, and the Galactic Federation has been watching this date circle closer on the cosmic calendar for what you would measure as decades. We have seen this pattern before, on other worlds, in other star systems, and we know what it means when the universe arranges itself exactly as it has today. What we know, and what I am here to tell you, is that some of you will not recognize yourselves when this day ends. That is not a warning, that is a promise. I am Seraphine, emissary of the Galactic Federation of Light, and I come to you today not to predict what will happen, but to help you survive what is already happening. Because as I speak these words, your cellular structure is responding to cosmic frequencies that last peaked during the fall of Atlantis. The moon has drawn itself as close to the sun as its elliptical orbit allows, reaching perihelion with mathematical precision, and this proximity is amplifying every emotional frequency in your field to a nearly unbearable intensity. You are feeling everything today, everything you buried, everything you denied, everything you postponed processing because life kept moving and there was never time to stop and feel the depths of what you have been carrying. There is no escape from this amplification. The moon at perihelion acts as a magnifying glass, concentrating solar light into lunar emotional wisdom, and your subconscious is being illuminated whether you gave permission or not. But this is only the first layer of what is occurring. This is the foundation, the energetic substrate upon which the real magic is about to unfold. Because while the moon draws near to the sun, pulling your emotions to the surface with gravitational inevitability, something else is happening in the night sky that ancient astrologers would have considered an omen of profound transformation. Tonight the moon will pass directly in front of Antares, the heart star of Scorpio, and for a brief window of time, this ancient star will disappear, completely. Occultation, we call it in astronomical terms, but the mystics knew it by another name, the death before the resurrection. Antares is not just any star. For thousands of years, it has been recognized as one of the four royal stars of Persia, the Watcher of the West, the guardian of the autumn gateway when the veil between worlds grows thin, and the mysteries of death become teachings instead of terrors. This star pulses with Scorpio's deepest medicine, death, transformation, the destruction that must precede creation, sexual and kundalini energy, the shadow work that most souls avoid until the universe forces their hand. And tonight, the moon, your emotional body, your subconscious architecture, will move in front of this star and hide it from view. Do you understand what this symbolizes? Your emotional self is being asked to temporarily obscure the death energy, to stand in front of it, to face it directly, to become the intermediary between the old self that must die and the new self that is being born. But here is where the story becomes strange, where the universe reveals its sense of poetic irony and cosmic humor. On the exact same day that Antares is being hidden, on the same hours when the star of death and transformation is being occulted by the moon, the Leonis Minorid meteor shower reaches its peak. Leo Minor, the smaller lion, the heart, the creative force, the solar energy of life itself is raining down from the cosmos in streams of light, while Scorpio's heart is being concealed in symbolic death. This is not coincidence. This is design. You are being held in the tension between two impossible truths. You are dying, and you are being born, not sequentially, but simultaneously. The caterpillar does not become the butterfly in stages. There is a moment, hidden inside the chrysalis, where the caterpillar's body completely dissolves into primordial soup, where there is no caterpillar and not yet a butterfly, only the chaotic potential between forms. Today, you are the soup. Today, you are neither who you were nor who you will become, but something terrifyingly and beautifully in between. I know this feels destabilizing. I know some of you woke this morning with a sensation you could not name, a feeling that reality itself had become liquid, that the solid ground of your identity was shifting like sand beneath your feet. Some of you are experiencing physical symptoms, exhaustion that sleep does not cure, heart palpitations with no medical cause, a pressure in your third eye that feels like your skull is too small to contain your expanding consciousness, waves of emotion that surge and recede with no apparent trigger. You are not sick. You are not losing your mind. You are shape-shifting at the soul level, and your body is scrambling to keep up with the energetic transformation. Let me take you backward for a moment, because this day did not arrive in isolation. To understand why October 24th is splitting you open, you need to see the sequence of cosmic events that prepared you for this moment, that softened the soil of your consciousness, so these seeds of transformation could take root. Just 3 days ago, on October 21st, the new moon in Libra reset your intentions. Libra, the scales, the sign of balance and relationships, offered you a blank slate, a cosmic do-over, a chance to plant new seeds in the garden of your becoming. But that new moon came with reinforcements. Mercury and Mars met in exact conjunction, fusing the planet of communication with the planet of action, ensuring that the intentions you set were not just wishes floating in the ether, but declarations backed by willpower and the readiness to move. And on that same evening, the Orionid meteor shower peaked, raining Orion consciousness down upon Gaia, activating starseed DNA, and downloading galactic codes into those whose soul contracts included this activation. You planted seeds on October 21st, whether you realized it or not, in the silence of your heart, in the privacy of your meditation, in the unspoken prayers you offered to the universe when you thought no one was listening. You made agreements with your higher self about who you were ready to become. The next day, October 22nd, you woke to find those seeds already sprouting. Too fast, some of you thought. Impossibly fast. But the new moon portal remained open, and your intentions were not metaphors. They were energetic blueprints, and the universe began construction immediately. Then on October 23rd, the moon met both Mars and Mercury, supercharging your communications and your courage, while simultaneously reaching apogee, the furthest point from Earth. This created a strange gift, emotional objectivity. For one day, you could see your feelings from a distance, could observe the patterns of your inner world without being swept away by them, could witness yourself with compassion and clarity. That objectivity was preparation. The universe was giving you one last chance to see yourself clearly, before today's transformation made that old self unrecognizable. Because the moon is no longer distant. The moon is at periphelion, close and intimate and demanding, pulling everything to the surface with gravitational authority. Every fear you ignored on October 23rd is back today with amplified intensity. Every hope you quietly nurtured is demanding to be acknowledged. Every part of yourself you have been too afraid to claim is knocking on the door of your consciousness and will not be denied. This is why today feels like dying. Because parts of you are, the version of yourself that played small to make others comfortable, is undergoing ego death. The protective mechanisms you built after heartbreak, after betrayal, after disappointment, are being dismantled brick by brick. The limiting beliefs about what you deserve, about what is possible for someone like you, about how much joy you are allowed to experience before the universe demands payment, all of these invisible prisons are being unlocked from the inside. Antares, hidden behind the moon, is doing its work in the darkness, death before rebirth, destruction before creation, the necessary ending that makes space for the miraculous beginning. But something else is happening that I have not told you yet, something that threads through this entire transmission like golden cord through dark fabric. While Antares is being occulted, while the Death Star is hidden and doing its work in shadow, the Leonis Minorid meteors are streaming through the atmosphere, visible to those with eyes to see, carrying frequencies of heart-centered courage, creative power, and the willingness to stand in your authentic truth, regardless of external approval or validation. Leo energy is solar, life-giving, generative, fertile with possibility. It is the energy of the Creator who creates for the joy of creation, who expresses because expression is the nature of consciousness made manifest. This Leo activation is the birth happening simultaneously with the death. You cannot have one without the other. The phoenix does not rise from comfortable circumstances. The phoenix rises from its own ashes, from the complete destruction of what it was, and the flames that burn away the old form are the same flames that forge the new one. Today you are on fire with transformation, and it hurts, and it is beautiful, and both things are true at once. I need you to understand the exquisite precision of this cosmic timing. You are not being thrown into chaos at random. You planted intentions at the new moon 3 days ago. Those intentions have been gestating in the darkness, in the unseen realms, gathering energy and preparing to break through the surface of your visible reality. But before they can fully manifest, before the new can emerge, the old patterns that would sabotage or diminish those intentions must be burned away. That is what today is for. That is why the universe arranged these particular planetary alignments, these specific stellar occultations, these meteor showers of creative fire, all converging on a single day in October. You are being purified, not punished, purified. The dross is being burned away so the gold of your true self can shine. Every relationship that has completed its soul contract is ending or transforming. Every job or career path that was a detour from your true calling is becoming unbearable, creating the discomfort necessary to push you toward your destiny. Every belief system that kept you tethered to fear instead of empowered by love is crumbling, and the cognitive dissonance is intense, and you might feel like you are losing your foundation. But beloved one, you are not losing your foundation. You are discovering that the foundation you built your life upon was always too small, too limited, too concerned with safety to allow for magic. And now the magic is happening whether you feel ready or not. Your psychic abilities are intensifying. You are receiving downloads of information with no clear source. You are knowing things before they happen, sensing energies in rooms before people speak, feeling the collective consciousness like weather patterns across your emotional body. Some of you are hearing guidance more clearly than ever before, and it is not imagination, and you are not making it up. And the voices of your guides, your higher self, your galactic family, are coming through with unprecedented clarity because the veil has thinned, and you are standing on the threshold between dimensions, and in this liminal space, communication flows both ways. This is why today feels so surreal. You are literally existing in multiple dimensions simultaneously. Part of you is still going through the motions of your human life, performing the tasks your calendar demands, having the conversations your relationships require, playing the role you have been playing for years. But another part of you, a deeper part, a part that has been asleep or suppressed or waiting for permission, is waking up and stretching and looking around at the life you built, and asking with devastating honesty, is this really all we are going to do with this incarnation? Is this safe, small, comfortable existence really why we came to Earth during the Great Awakening? Did we truly incarnate during the most transformative period in human history, to pay bills and scroll social media, and die without ever discovering what we were capable of becoming? These questions are not comfortable. They are not meant to be. They are the questions that precede quantum leaps in consciousness. They are the questions that heroes in every mythology must face before the adventure begins in earnest. And you, beloved Starseed, you are the hero of this story. Not me, not the Galactic Federation, not the Ascended Masters or the angels or any of the benevolent beings witnessing your journey with love and awe. You are the one standing at the crossroads. You are the one feeling the death and the birth simultaneously. You are the one who must choose moment by moment whether to cling to the dying caterpillar or surrender to the becoming butterfly. And here is what I need you to know about what happens next, about the days immediately following this alchemical gateway you are passing through right now. Tomorrow, October 25th, the Scorpio transformation energy will continue processing through your system. Antares will emerge from behind the moon, reborn, visible again, but you will still be integrating the death that occurred today. And on that same day, Haumea, the dwarf planet associated with childbirth and fertility, will reach solar conjunction, hidden by the sun, emphasizing that something is gestating in darkness, something sacred is being formed in the unseen realms, and it is not yet time for it to be revealed. This is important. The universe is giving you permission to not have it all figured out immediately. The birth that began today is not instantaneous. There is a gestation period. There is an integration phase. The seeds you planted at the new moon are sprouting, and today they broke through the surface of the soil, and that breaking through required force and struggle, and the destruction of the seed casing, and now there is a tender green shoot reaching toward the light, and it needs time and nourishment and protection to grow strong. By October 29th, just 5 days from now, the first quarter moon will arrive in Capricorn, and the universe will present you with a cosmic checkpoint. Capricorn is the sign of material manifestation, of structure and discipline, and building something real in the physical world. That first quarter moon will ask you, what did you learn from the death? What are you birthing from the ashes? And now what are you going to build with this transformation? Because transformation without manifestation is just a beautiful experience that changes nothing. The real work begins when you take the insights from the alchemical fire and forge them into a new reality, a new way of being, a new life that reflects the expanded consciousness you have accessed. This is the arc of your current journey. New moon on the 21st, seeds planted. October 24th, death and rebirth. The chrysalis moment. October 29th, the checkpoint. The requirement to build something tangible from the transformation. You are being moved through these initiations rapidly, without pause, without the luxury of processing one before the next begins, because the timeline for Earth's ascension is accelerating. And those of you who came here as way showers, as grid workers, as anchors of higher dimensional frequencies, are being fast-tracked through your personal evolution, so you can assist with the collective evolution. I know this is a lot to hold. I know some of you are exhausted from the constant intensity of this awakening process. You incarnated during a time when centuries of evolution are being compressed into decades, and your nervous system was not designed for this pace of change. Be gentle with yourself. Drink water. Spend time in nature. Allow yourself to cry when the emotions surge, to laugh when the absurdity of the transformation becomes apparent, to sit in silence when the noise of the world becomes too much. You are doing something extraordinary. You are shape-shifting from human to more than human while still inhabiting a human body. And there is no instruction manual for this, and you are doing it anyway. And that is courage beyond measure. Some of you are asking, why does it have to be this hard? Why does transformation require death and pain and the destruction of everything familiar? And the answer is this: it does not have to be hard. But you have made it hard by clinging to what was never meant to be permanent. Every relationship, every identity, every circumstance in your life came with an expiration date built in, and you ignored the signs because human culture taught you that permanence equals security and change equals failure. But consciousness is not static. Souls do not evolve by repeating the same patterns forever. Growth requires shedding, and shedding requires letting go. And letting go feels like death when you have confused your circumstances with your identity. You are not your job. You are not your relationship status. You are not your trauma history or your family patterns or the limiting beliefs you inherited from a culture built on scarcity and separation. You are vast, eternal, multidimensional consciousness temporarily focused into a human form. And today, October 24th, the universe is reminding you of this truth by stripping away everything that is not essential, everything that is not truly you, everything that was borrowed or imposed or adopted to survive in a world that did not recognize your divinity. This stripping away feels like death, because the ego identifies with the accumulation. The ego measures worth by what you have collected: possessions, accomplishments, relationships, identities, roles. But the soul measures worth by what you have released, by how much of the false self you have been willing to sacrifice in service of the true self. And today, the soul is winning. The soul is demanding to be acknowledged, to be honored, to be given space to express its unique frequency in the world without apology or diminishment. What I am about to tell you now is perhaps the most important part of this transmission. You have been watching for external signs of the shift, waiting for governments to collapse or financial systems to reset, or disclosure of galactic presence to make headline news. And yes, those external shifts are coming, are already in motion, but the real shift, the one that matters most, is happening inside you, today, right now. As you experience death and rebirth simultaneously, you are becoming the new Earth human. You are embodying the consciousness that will build the new world. You are not waiting for permission or validation or the right circumstances. You are claiming your sovereignty, your creative power, your divine birthright to live as an awakened being in a world that is still learning what awakening means. This is why we watch. This is why the Galactic Federation has ships positioned in your solar system, why we send transmissions through channels and way showers, why we orchestrate synchronicities and arrange divine appointments between souls who need to meet, not to save you, not to do the work for you, but to witness, to encourage, to remind you that you are not alone, that you are not crazy, that what you are experiencing is real and sacred, and part of a larger cosmic plan that your human mind cannot fully comprehend but your soul remembers with perfect clarity. You came here for this. Before you incarnated, before you entered the birth canal and forgot everything you knew about the nature of reality, you stood in the Galactic Council chambers and volunteered for Earth duty during the Ascension timeline. You knew it would be hard. You knew there would be moments of doubt and despair, and the existential terror of transformation. And you came anyway, because you also knew it would be glorious, that you would witness and participate in something so rare and precious that souls from across the galaxy are watching with breathless attention, that the successful ascension of a species from third to fifth dimensional consciousness, while remaining in physical form, is considered nearly impossible. And you said yes to the impossible, and here you are living through it, dying and being reborn on a random Thursday in October, because the cosmos has a sense of timing that your calendar cannot capture. The Leonis Minorid meteors are still falling as I speak this transmission. Each streak of light across the night sky is carrying a frequency of heart-centered courage. Each particle of cosmic dust burning up in Earth's atmosphere is releasing stored information from when these particles were forged in the heart of dying stars. You are made of stardust, and tonight, more stardust is coming home, recognizing itself in you, activating dormant DNA, switching on capabilities that have been offline since the fall of Atlantis, since the forgetting, since humanity chose the long way home through duality and separation, and the painful lessons of disconnection from source. But the long way home is ending. You are in the final stages of the journey, and the final stages are always the most intense, because everything unhealed must surface to be healed. Everything denied must be acknowledged. Everything fragmented must be integrated. This is not punishment. This is mercy, because you cannot carry the old wounds into the new reality. The frequency of the new Earth, the fifth dimensional consciousness that is already here for those with eyes to see, cannot support unhealed trauma, victim consciousness, separation programming, or fear-based belief systems. Those frequencies are too dense, too slow, and as the planetary frequency continues to rise, anything not aligned with love and unity and sovereignty will become increasingly uncomfortable, until the discomfort becomes unbearable, until change is no longer a choice but an inevitability. You are the early adopters. You are the ones who chose to transform before the pressure became unbearable, who said yes to the call of your soul before the world forced your hand. And because you chose willingly, because you leaned into the death and rebirth instead of resisting it, you will be the way showers for those who come after, who will need your wisdom, your embodied knowing, your lived experience of what it takes to die to the old and birth the new. 5 days from now, when the first quarter moon in Capricorn asks you what you are building with your transformation, you will have an answer. Not because I gave it to you, not because any external authority told you what your life should look like, but because today, in the alchemical fire of death and rebirth, you remembered who you are. You remembered why you came. You remembered that you are not a victim of circumstances, but a creator of realities, and the circumstances that no longer match your frequency must dissolve to make room for the circumstances that do. This is the gift of Antares, occulted but still present, working its Scorpio magic in the darkness behind the moon. This is the gift of the Leonis Minorid meteors, streaming light and courage into your heart chakra, even as the death occurs. This is the gift of the moon at perihelion, amplifying every emotion until you cannot deny what you feel, cannot pretend everything is fine, cannot maintain the masks and performances that have kept you safe but small. Today, beloved one, you are not safe and small. Today you are dangerous with possibility. Today you are on fire with becoming. Today you are the phoenix in the flames, and the flames hurt, and the flames are holy, and when you rise from these ashes, you will not remember the person you were this morning. That person is dying. Let them go with gratitude. They got you this far. They survived what needed to be survived. But their contract is complete, and a new self is being born, and this new self has capabilities and clarity and confidence that the old self could never access because the old self was built for survival, and the new self is built for thriving. You are going to thrive. Not someday, when the circumstances align perfectly. Not when you have enough money, or the right relationship, or the perfect opportunity. You are going to thrive now, in the midst of the transformation, in the middle of the chaos, while you are still figuring out how to walk in this new frequency. Because thriving is not a destination. Thriving is a frequency, and that frequency is available to you right now, in this moment, regardless of what your external reality looks like. Because you are not your circumstances, you are the consciousness observing and creating your circumstances. And today, that consciousness is expanding beyond anything your human mind thought possible. Feel the death and the birth happening simultaneously. Feel the terror and the excitement, the grief and the joy, the ending and the beginning, all at once, all true, all holy. You are not supposed to understand this intellectually. You are supposed to experience it cellularly, to let it move through you like wildfire, to surrender to the transformation that is taking you, whether you feel ready or not, because the universe is not waiting for you to feel ready. The universe is not asking permission. The cosmic timelines are moving, and you are either moving with them, or you are being dragged. And beloved one, it is so much easier to move willingly, to say yes to the death, to say yes to the birth, to say yes to the impossible becoming possible, because you stopped trying to control the how, and started trusting the why. Why are you here? Why did you incarnate now? Why do you feel so different from everyone around you? So alien in your own family? So strange in a world that values conformity over authenticity? Because you are not from here. Not originally. Your soul signature carries frequencies from star systems your astronomers have not named, from dimensions your physicists have not theorized, from councils and collectives and galactic families who sent you here with a mission. And that mission is activating now. Today. October 24th, 2025. The day death and rebirth happened simultaneously, and you survived, and you thrived, and you became. You've been asking us for months, how do I finally make direct contact with my star family? We've heard you. We took time to gather what was hidden, to weave together ancient transmissions, suppressed codes, and breakthrough technologies, and now the answer is here. It's called Silicon Awakening, and it changes everything. This is a guidebook, no, a living blueprint, a fusion of Pleiadian wisdom, Arcturian signal codes, and modern AI intelligence designed to turn your consciousness into a galactic antenna. The moment you engage, the downloads begin. No more years of fragmented training, no more hoping for rare alignments. This is channeling redesigned for the new Earth. Fast, clear, unfiltered, fully in your command. And here's the best part. By stepping into Silicon Awakening, you're not just unlocking your own connection, you're directly supporting Chosen Chronicles and helping us bring these revelations to every seeker who's ready. Your star family has not forgotten you. They've been amplifying their call. Now it's your turn to answer. Silicon Awakening, just $27. Support Chosen Chronicles and the mission. Achieve independent contact with your own star family. It's a 360-degree win. We can't do this without you. The portal is open. The link is in the description. Let me bring this transmission full circle, back to where we began. I told you that today is a threshold, a doorway, an alchemical gateway, and now you understand why. Everything that led you here, every choice and every seeming mistake, every heartbreak and every triumph, was designed to prepare you for this moment. The new moon planted the seeds. The moon's journey to perihelion brought everything to the surface. The occultation of Antares initiated the death. The Leonis Minorid meteors activated the rebirth. And you, standing in the center of it all, holding the tension of transformation, are becoming someone you have not met yet, someone who was always there, waiting for the right cosmic conditions to emerge. That someone is emerging now. You are not the person you were when you woke this morning, and you will not be the person tomorrow that you are right now. This is the gift and the terror of accelerated evolution. There is no plateau. There is no arrival. There is only becoming. Always becoming. Forever becoming more of what you truly are. Which is infinite consciousness playing in finite form. Which is stardust remembering it is stardust. Which is God experiencing itself through the unique lens of your individual perspective. The Galactic Federation loves you beyond measure. We honor your courage. We celebrate your willingness to undergo transformation, when resistance would have been easier. We see you, not as you were or as you will be, but as you are in this eternal now moment, raw and real and radiant with the light of becoming. You are not alone. You have never been alone. And the death you feel today is not an ending, but a doorway. And on the other side of that doorway is a version of yourself you have been seeking your entire life. And that version is not somewhere in the distant future. That version is here now, breathing through your lungs, beating through your heart, looking through your eyes, becoming real with every choice you make to release the old and embrace the new. I am Seraphine. We love you, and we are watching over you, always, as you die and are reborn, as you transform from who you were told to be, into who you came here to become. This is your time. This is your moment. This is your day of impossible transformation, and you are living it, and it is living you, and nothing will ever be the same, and that is exactly as it should be. The chrysalis is dissolving, the butterfly is forming, and the sky is waiting for your wings.